Hey, what's up guys? My name is Phacil. Welcome to a solo Terminid Helldive. This one was recorded during a live stream, so I apologize for the face cam, but I hope you enjoy the weird faces I make when I focus. I'm running a similar loadout to my last video, with a few Terminid specific tweaks. The break Incendiary replaced the Diligence, my armor gives extra grenades, and the Orbital laser was replaced by a precision strike. Starting off, I have to deal with a medium-sized nest. The Autocannon lets me stay outside of the pit and hold high ground, which is very nice, because it also makes kiting these bugs very easy. The cluster bomb cleared most of what's in there, so my ammo was conserved as well. Tip number 1 here, when you're close to nests and fabricators, make sure you destroy them as soon as possible. There's definitely patrols and breaches coming, so cut off at least some of their reinforcements. This video serves as learning material for me again. I hope you get something out of it also. Also, a very big thank you to all the support from everyone in response to my last video. It was heartwarming to read you guys enjoyed. Let's keep them coming, I'd say. Tip number 2. Make sure to use friendly fire against your enemies. Why waste bullets, right? I actually do need samples now, so I'm going full pack rat this run. I'll speed up those portions of the video. I'm a run and gun player, so I apologize for the suboptimal clearing speed. I hope you enjoy the combat though. Stealthing would get the job done faster, but it's less fun for me, so I try to avoid it. Tip number 3. If you're gonna nuke something, throw a stun grenade in right after it. It guarantees kills, and the stuff behind will walk into the stunned enemies. Super efficient clearing basically. Make sure you throw the stratagem first, else you might have to throw another stun grenade in so they don't move. My obsession with the minimap gave away that I'm getting flanked from the north here, so definitely recommend checking out your minimap often for battlefield overview. Bile Titans are an autocannon's weakness unfortunately, so my only answers here are a 500 kilogram or a precision strike. Some people like shooting the stomach and tail sacks so it can't spew anymore, but I prefer it spewing to be honest. They friendly fire a lot more bugs that way, and they stand still pretty long as well. Practice holding a Bile Titan still. The deaths you rack up are worth the practice. Because he tried to shish kebab me there, I knew the 500 would get him. So practice, guys. Bonus side effect? You feel like a badass doing it. Tip number 4, by the way, rebind your stratagem input buttons to the arrow keys on the keyboard, or something other than your movement keys. That way you can sprint while you call in stratagems. My apologies to the PlayStation players, I'm not sure if you guys have these type of options. A stratagem stun nade combo, baby. Fun fact number 1. Retrieving launch codes in an ICBM mission can lead you to a pit like this. There are only 2 ways in or out. By rotating around the top part of the pit, you basically make the bugs play ring around the rosy. The spewers being the exception here, unfortunately. Normally breaches with so many bile spewers can be a problem, but this pit saves me here basically. Tip number 5. When fighting bile spewers, or bug mortars really, don't forget to look up. Fun fact number 2, I suppose. Playing video games actually increases your brain's gray matter, the part that's responsible for processing information. So technically you can level up IRL. Don't overdo it, of course. That's called addiction. Tip number 6. Don't forget you can use stun grenades as a moment to reload. Eagle 1 back right in time. This combo will never get old, I swear. I'll try to speak more clearly, by the way. It's a bad habit I've had for a long time. Never has it been more prominent than when recording videos, though. Thank you for your feedback. Tip number 7. Use resupplies at every objective, or even sub-objectives. If you think about it, having ammo to spare means you could have been a lot more aggressive, and therefore cleared faster. So use on cooldown, basically. Gateway to the Upside Down. Alright. Any fans of Stranger Things? I considered rearming my eagles here, since I was in for a long run, but they were good to go, so no need. Remember to rearm when you have downtime. Tip number 8 has to be that you should always do the radar objective if you have one available. It basically gives you map hacks, so your route, your loot, and your time management will be optimal because of the information you get. So don't waste any time, go get it. Uh, I goofed. I completely forgot to check the minimap for terrain. Apparently the map is split in half, so I guess I'm running west. Radar doesn't fix mind farts, I suppose. Here we go. A charger. I enjoy fighting these with an autocannon. Definitely not the most efficient way to fight them, but my mind goes full Spanish torero here. If you noticed, I went for the small box first. That's tip number 9. Chargers and Bile Titans can't call in breaches, so kill everything else first. When a charger's butt explodes like that, he'll bleed out in about 5 seconds, and he can't charge you anymore, so save your ammo, he's done for. That said, I get that it takes some practice staying calm while these big boys are chasing you. Which leads me to fun fact number 3. Have you ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect? It basically explains why learning something can get frustrating. Long story short, when learning something new, your brain loves it and you feel amazing. Then as time passes, you realize you're definitely not done learning yet, and you're nowhere near mastering it. So that'll be disheartening. But if you stick with it here and you push through, that's when you become a master at it. This is where most people fall off. So strengthen your mind, boys, and you will win. If you're liking the content, a like and a sub would help me out a lot. Thank you for learning with me. This place is overflowing with bugs. The small packs of 5 are outposts though, so consider killing those before going in. 5 bugs is still 5 bugs. Looking back, I feel I should have gone for the southern nest after clearing this outpost. It would have been cleaner in the long run. I'll blame my friend Sal for distracting me on stream right now. Just kidding, of course. I figured I'd mention him subtly since he'll do some videos on this channel as well. He's planning on starting with the Helldivers 2 settings video for those not so technologically savvy, like myself to be fair. So here I throw back-to-back stratagems into the breach. The Eagle cluster clears the tiny guys, and the Orbital precision can handle charges and titans if I get lucky on the timing. Either way, I'm saving ammo. So tip number 10 here is to definitely be liberal in your stratagem usage. Any hardcore gamer will tell you, whatever game you play, make sure you always use your cooldowns. I'm hesitant on the call here. Do I fight the breach or prioritize the Shrieker nest? I decide the Shrieker nest worries me more. Just like a Stalker nest, it's a high priority target. The breach is gonna make me work for it though. Luckily my trusty autocannon is with me. By ignoring the breach, I accept that I might get breached again if I take too long for the Shrieker nest. Decisions and their consequences. Ah boy. Crouch sliding right before you shoot makes it so you have more movement while aiming down your scope. Only for a second though, so don't overestimate your swag. Alternatively, you can dive at the end of your crouch slide while still aiming down scope to optimize your movement. This of course leaves you on the ground though, so careful there, Rambo. Fun fact number 4. A Shrieker nest takes 9 bullets from an autocannon to explode. 5 impact grenades also work, or 2 quasar, recoilless, or expendable anti-tank shots. So although not highly efficient in comparison to quasars or recoilless or expendables, the autocannon is definitely highly effective. The bugs are positioning in a concave here, which is good for them but really bad for me. It makes it rough for me to nuke them, so I'm running north to force them to clump up more. Probably good to mention that I prefer the Breaker Incendiary over the normal Breaker against Terminids. I think the normal Breaker is better overall, since you can kill stuff much faster. But like I said, I'm a run and gun player, and having 25 bullets in a clip just makes me feel like an action hero, I'm not gonna lie. Tip number 11 is to definitely practice reloading with 1 bullet still in the magazine. It gives you a significant increase in reload speed, which is gonna save your life more often than not. I mess it up plenty still, so enough left to learn for sure. Probably should have killed the tiny bugs behind me here first. Guaranteed the breach prevention. Damn it, Sakura, stop distracting me. In all seriousness though, fun fact number 5. Learning and growing can only happen if you acknowledge that you have power. We all do. So although I like picking on Sakura, it's my own fault for getting distracted. By focusing my mind on what I can do better, instead of what others can do better, I make sure I learn what I need to learn. Be sure to always reflect on who you are and what you do, team. Tip number 12. Never run towards or away from a bile spewer in a straight line. Basically a guaranteed reinforce. Oh, tip number 13. Use sound cues. Being able to identify what's behind you basically equals having eyes in the back of your head. This sound usually means you're about to get spit on, for example. I was asked to do some deep dives on doing objectives optimally, and this objective gives me a good opportunity. I'll probably do separate videos on them later as well, but hopefully this is a good start. Triggering a terminal gives you 5 seconds to do something before it boots up, so grab a sample, call a resupply, reload, etc. Step 1 of reactivating a power generator are arrow inputs. Step 2 is it loading in the code, so you have time for another reload. If not, make sure to check the perimeter, unless you like getting jumped. Step 3 is spamming your stratagem input buttons for up and right 5 times in a row. You can do this pretty fast. Practice the rhythm so you can do it with a Bile Titan chasing you, I'd say. Step 4 is a signal strength input, so move it up or down until the percentage is maxed, then left or right until it's 100%. Step 5 is another waiting period, the longest one. This is usually where you can resupply if you forgot to. Also check where you're going after this. If it's a long run, then Eagle rearm for sure. Step 6 is pulling the lever on the generator. In a team, you can probably send everyone to the next objective here while you wait to pull the handle. And if you got jumped mid-objective, you can also run by this handle to pull it. Takes half a second. Memorizing these steps gives you extra strategical options, because now you know whether you can run by the objective to do it real fast, or whether you have to fight the breach because the objective just needs too much time still. Please let me know if you enjoyed the objective deep dive. Might feel like overkill to some, so I'd like to know if you found it useful. Fun fact number 6. Impact grenades one-shot these bile spewers, so if you're struggling with them, don't be afraid to bring impact grenades to guarantee you have an answer. Tip number 14. Holding the sprint button and spamming your interact button while carrying missiles makes you transport them a lot faster. Find the rhythm to it so you optimize the distance you sprint while still being able to pick up the missile. Adding to that, tip number 15 is to not trigger the console on the Chief Artillery until you've gathered 5 missiles. Bugs and bots can hear the artillery moving into position when you trigger the console, so hurry up after you press it. If you're really hardcore, drop the missiles on this little ramp here and it'll roll towards the artillery. We're talking probably milliseconds you save here, so don't take me too seriously, please. I definitely need more practice with the precision strike. A 500 it is, I guess. Same technique here. I stay close to make sure the Titan walks into it. Fun fact number 7. You can be 50 meters away from a 500 kilogram bomb and live as long as you're prone or diving. Kinda fun fact number 8, I guess. Being ragdolled and on the floor does not count as being prone, even if you're face first in the dirt. So if you dive onto a pebble and then ragdoll, good luck. I really gotta practice my awareness more. I should have rearmed my eagles after killing this Titan. Long run ahead, and at least another 30 seconds on this objective. Fun fact number 9. I once got asked, so how the hell do you practice your awareness? It's not a simple skill to train, to be fair, but it has workarounds. I call them checkpoints. For example, I use combat downtime as a checkpoint. Can I resupply it? Do I need to reload? Where am I going next? Etc. I need to add, should I rearm? To that list. I learned how to do this on the intensive care unit. When a patient comes in after being stabbed or shot, it's easy to get stressed. So you learn to steal your mind. And the easiest way to do that is with routine. So, can he breathe properly? Does he need oxygen? How is his blood pressure? And does he need fluids? Etc. Key here is making sure that you always uphold the same routine so your mind gets used to the questions asked. So if we can do it in those circumstances, I guarantee you can do it while gaming or anywhere else. So don't forget to exercise your mind. This bush absolutely nails me here. I did not expect that movement speed reduction. I'd like to take this opportunity to explain why I decided to create YouTube videos, being an ICU nurse and all. The truth is, I believe we all should learn to take care of one another in all shapes and forms. I'm used to taking care of people on the brink of death. Unfortunately, though, there are a lot more people on Earth worth taking care of. So I hope my positivity and caretaking mentality brightens your day a bit, and you feel a little bit taken care of, if you will. Additively, I'm an absolute movie addict. Probably would have tried becoming a director in a different life. So this gives me the chance to do both. Thank you again for all your support thus far, guys. I stream Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. GMT plus 2 on Twitch TV. I'm an absolute noob streamer though, so if it's awkward as crap, please help me out. I would love the feedback. I invested into some better equipment for video and audio recording, so the next videos should be better looking and sounding. I hope you guys end up enjoying that quality improvement. Fun fact number 10. Shrieker nests don't start spawning enemies until you're within, I believe, about 150 meters of them. So if you can snipe them from further away, that's about as smooth as it gets, really. I feel like Shrieker nests should have a lot more samples. Again, not sure if they're bugged or designed that way. Like, spore spewers have tons of samples. You'd think sharing is caring, right? These large nests are always a serious test for me. Unlike bot outposts, where a large outpost only has 4 fabricators, these usually have like 12 nests or so. The autocannon is amazing here, but you usually get forced in at some point as well. Consider it practice for your movement skills. Attacking the charger is tempting, but the nests need to go down ASAP, else that charger will be the least of your worries. I try to run around the perimeter and snipe as many nests as I can before I get overrun up top, so when I get forced in, I don't have that many nests left. The bile spewers actually killed their charger friend here, so maybe Arrowhead is wrong. Maybe, quotation marks, friendly fire is. I really want the samples in there, but time is ticking. Oh man, the grid. And the instant punish too. Come on, Phacil. Don't forget to look up. Alright, well, now I'm committed. Speeding this up because it's basically way too many minutes of me being greedy for samples. Like, look at this timer. Like, not worth, man. I'd love to run some missions with you guys, by the way. So if you catch me streaming, don't be afraid to ask for a spot. Even if, or maybe especially if, you're not used to doing higher level difficulties. That basically means you need super samples still for upgrades. Should be fun to learn together, right? See, this is why I'm an optimist. My earlier greed for samples catches up to me here. The decision I made back then makes me feel rushed here. So instead of neatly clearing everything and nicely avoiding patrols, I run straight into a patrol followed by a breach. What did we learn, Phacil? That's right. Your decisions matter, boy. And now we're getting sandwiched. Alright, let's get our John Wick on. I trigger the bugs at the objective because I won't have enough stratagems for both of these fights if I don't. They're northeast and west of me, so running northwest or southeast will make them all clump up. And then you know what time it is. There we go. Converge, baby, converge. Safe to repeat this, I guess. I don't have the best aim on the planet, but my decision making gets me out of trouble often. So don't feel down if you feel your aim isn't perfect. You can still make it work. Go get 'em, boys. And we're home free.
Sub-objective nearby.
One 500 kg left. One clump of bugs left. Serendipity for sure, am I right? Gotta love seeing all the red dots disappear at the same time. Let's deep dive the ICBM fuel pump objective as well. So trigger the console and wait 5 seconds. Step 1 is do an arrow input combination. Step 2, rerouting the fuel puzzle. I handle this puzzle by moving the far left column to a piece that brings the flow as close to the missile silo as possible. Then I do the last piece, and then usually the middle piece resolves itself. In this scenario, I didn't even have to move the middle piece. The last step is rotating the valves and pressing the up button on the console. Depending on how these next fights go, I can get a full clear. We'll see what happens. I keep messing up the reloads. I need to leave a bullet in there before I reload, damn it. I wanted to get the rogue station and remaining nests, but seeing this breach I realized my time's running out. So I decided to just make sure I got the win on the mission by going for the ICBM. I'm telling you, gotta keep checking that minimap.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched. Delivering payload.
Dodge Charger, watch out for cluster. Ooh, samples. Fun fact number 11. A crash ship like this has two places to check. Its wake, which usually has common samples, and to the right side of the crash ship, which can have almost anything.
Reinforcement budget running
I
low.
want my samples so bad. Like I said, I'm committed.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements. Here comes the cavalry. Reinforcement budget depleted.
Maybe I should reassess my battle plan.
Reinforcements on the way.
Nah. I think this is where my mission knowledge came in handy. I know I only need 2 to 3 minutes for the main objective for an ICBM, so I can do all of this and still make it. And then running back to base will take me probably a couple minutes, but the Pelican's incoming anyway, so we'll be fine. Remember to keep yourself positive when stressed. Also in real life, of course. When you think about it, stressing and worrying doesn't fix any of your problems, so why waste your time with it? Ah, here we go. This right here is the stun grenade manufacturer's advertisement clip for sure. Speeding up to the last bits of action in this video. Alright, one last nurse fun fact. So number 12. Did you know multitasking doesn't exist? No one, absolutely no one, can do two things at the same time. At best you can bounce your concentration back and forth between two tasks really fast, but you can't concentrate on both at the same time. So moral of the story, do one thing at a time and get it right, do the other after. Or, accept there's a good chance you're going to mess one of them up. This feels like a scene from Jurassic Park, but instead of a T-Rex, it's a B-Tex? I don't know. I hope you guys get this really bad joke. Everything in me here said, just be stealthy, Phacil. Just wait. Just wait. So I don't know how that 500 ended up at his feet.
Orbital strike
Oh
incoming.
no, he knows how to dodge orbitals. See, I realize here I don't have any more ways to deal with Titans. And there's no more time for a rearm. So, yeah. Alright, I guess we're doing this objective mid-breach with a pet BT. Rock and roll. 2 BTs, a breach, 80 seconds on the clock, and 5 steps left on the objective. Feels like a solid Friday night to me.
Coming in hot.
The only decent plan I have here is to kill the little guys and drag the Titans away from the console. Basically get the steps on the console done by outmaneuvering the Titans. I could have tried making the Titans kill themselves by spitting on a tall rock that reaches up to their face, but there's no time, so that's a no-go unfortunately. Using what nukes I have left before I get ditched on this planet by my destroyer. Also, I completely forgot I had safe nukes. So fun fact number 13. Finishing the Sieve Artillery sub-objective gives you 5 extra stratagems, which are the missiles in the order you loaded them. I also forgot to try killing a Titan with a resupply. So many learning moments, team.
ETA T-minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
I'm pretty sure I don't make it back to Pelican 1 here, but I'm a patriot, so definitely finishing this mission for Super Earth.
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Last tip, team, number 16. When you're missing a sliver of health like this, don't stim. Use it as an extra stamina bar. Stimming refills your stamina bar completely and a couple seconds of infinite stamina.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video editing as well, by the way. I'm completely self-taught, so therefore a total noob at it. Any tips and tricks here would also be very welcome. Thank you very much. And also thank you for your patience as I learn, of course. One more sample? Okay, enough greed. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this run. I hope you enjoyed the chill vibe, maybe learned a thing or two, but most of all had fun. Hopefully see you guys next time. Be well, take care.